Well, just parked up in Rel and I'm at the start of Lady Bagot's Drive. I'll be heading up towards Bontuchel and then heading back round to Rel, and on the walk I'll be setting up my Basha. Haven't used it for a while actually. Basha, some call them Basha, some call them Tarpaulins or what have you. So I'll be just showing that in this video, showing how I set it up basically. So yeah, anyway, let's keep going. A bit further up the drive, weather conditions, I wouldn't say it was cold, very dull. It's been raining, but it's not raining at the moment. A bit later on I'll be heading off up into the woods and set up my Basha, give it an airing. So I haven't used it for quite a while. I'll be just doing a basic setup, not a hammock, nothing like that, just a bit of a practice really of setting it up. So I thought I would just include it within this walk of Lady Bagot's. Starting off in Rel, North Wales, heading up to Bontuchel and then heading back down, back to Rel. Not the same way, but a different, well, you can come back the same way, but I sort of make it a circular walk. You can sort of extend it if you want, which I have included in another video. You can extend it into Rhythin. So yeah, anyway, plenty of leaves coming down. There's a cyclist, so step up to one side. And add it across the river there. Yeah, you meet quite a few people on this drive, this walk. It's quite popular. There is a sign. Don't think there's a sign at that end, but there's a sign this end. It says no cycling, but I think just someone's just put that up, just so I don't know. It says you are allowed to cycle down it, mountain bike or what have you. So you can see gaining a bit of height now. I might be turning off in a minute, head up to the woods and set up the Basha, do a quick video and then head back down to the drive and carry on up to Bontuchel. So, see you in a minute. So just leaving the drive now, heading up into the woodland, set up the Basha, find a suitable spot, which shouldn't be that difficult because there's plenty of suitable trees. Keep going. Well, I've left the path now. Just searching for a suitable site. Set up the Basha. 2 trees, just the right distance apart. So, bear with me. Well, a couple of minutes search and I found a nice little speck, 2 trees. That one there And that one there. Pretty flat. So I'll set up the Basha and then I'll show you in detail just the knots and the runners, and I'll just go over it, how I've set it up. So let's get going. So that's it, it's the tarp setup, or the Basha, tarpaulin, whatever you want to call it. And I'll just show you now close up of what I've actually done. The actual ridge line is not attached to the tarp itself. It runs through that loop there, and it's got a loop at the top there which holds the ridge line, stops it sliding out, and it runs through that loop there. So it goes from tree to tree, and the tarp, or the Basha itself, is independent. It's tensioned independently with these here. It's got a guy line runner there attached to the loop, and that's how I tension the top of the Basha itself on both ends. It's not pulling on the ridge, well, the ridge line is not pulling on the top of it. I just tension it with them two side runners there. See that the actual ridge line runs to the tree, and this line is attached to the loop which tensions the top of the tarp, or the Basha. And the lines here are just down to a peg in the ground, and then they've just got guy line runners just tensioning the tarp itself. If I wanted it any lower, I could put it right down to the ground, and I wouldn't use these guy lines. I would just put the peg straight through the loops at the edge of the Basha itself. So that's it. That's how I set up my Basha. Also, to attach to the tree itself, just use these adjustable runners. There is a tensioner knot that you can use, which I've got in another video. I'll show you how to tie that to the tree, and it's like a sliding knot which you can use to tension if you haven't got any guy line runners. So you may want to take a look at that. So yeah, that's how I set up my Basha. Obviously, if I was using a hammock, it would be a lot higher. That sort of setup I would use with a bivvy bag, well, a sleeping mat, a bivvy bag, and then a sleeping bag actually on the ground. If I was using a hammock, it would be a lot higher. So that's it.